there seems to be this belief that we get to know people through two specific sets of personas that we can see them through. Like, we take these as the two ways people are observable. You know, it's kind of an unspoken rule we think to be the first way being the restricted persona, which is basically we're only like seeing the sides that person specifically wants us to see. We're only looking at, you know, their projection, and, you know, every action within our proxemics is done so as to be seen in a certain light. They are constantly manufacturing, maneuvering, and working with clay their own, you know, image. You know, they want us to see them in a certain way. And then the second is the raw persona, which is not always but often believed to be sort of beyond the person's control, where they just react however they react and do however they do and exist how they exist, and we just see that, you know, we're seeing an unabashed version of them, you know, untapped and unchanged, you know, full frontal truth, you know, the face of them behind all the bullshit, behind the facades and everything. And really, having this belief in just these set two, and it's either one or the other, is entirely nonsensical. Not only are we the most complex, you know, species there is, we're also well capable of more than two set personas, and yes, these persona types are way too unstructured to fit everyone and don't fit everyone. And 3, everyone is at least some mixture of both, with even other 3rd, 4th, and 5th aspects thrown in. You know, no person is one set thing. No person is seen through one glass. You know, there's like scopes and angles. You know, it's not even bifold. It's, you know, tritectafold. There's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of just ways that people come across. And one thing one person may see as observable through the raw filter may also be through the reserved filter. It's too subjective to say, and then we define it in two ways, which is just wrong. You know, people are much more than two ways of looking at their actions and their consequences and their, you know, demeanor and attitudes and stuff. You know, people are often seen, you know, in one way meaning another, and so on and so on and so on. And boxing humans in is never a good thing. You know, there's no criteria where definitive inboxing of anything to do with a human works well or better than not doing so. You know, it's just unnecessary and untrue. There are people who on one day you see their raw, unabashed, absolute self, quotation, and then you see what they want you to see, but it means nothing, because even if it's what they want you to see, it's what they're doing, and therefore becomes them. You know, motive, it's like in law, why they're doing it becomes irrelevant to a point when you'd rather see what they're actually doing and are they doing it. You know, the reason behind why you're seeing what you're seeing doesn't matter. It is that person, so take it as that. Even if it's done for a glaring hidden reason, you know, it's still them. And yes, that glaring hidden reason becomes also a part of them and the raw, unabashed self. So there's that overlap which completely contradicts the existence of two set facets. Therefore, they're not necessary. We can't have them when they don't work in conjunction. But that doesn't matter, because they don't work at all. No person is observable in... No group of people is observable in these ways, split down the middle, sheeps and goats, whatever. It's not like that. Therefore, it can't exist. Therefore, it is not a valid worldview. Yet, subconsciously, nearly everyone is going to hold it to some degree and think what we see in a person is either that person or what they want us to see, when really it can be what they want us to see and also that person, or it can be 10, 100, that's not a number, hundreds of other things. Like, it's not that simple, to quote. But it's just not And I know that sounds like a very non-substanced ending to an argument, but they are not. It's just that.